qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieux. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Sonia Touko. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux.
Hi. Good day to the beautiful people of the Cameroons, the beautiful people of British Cameroon, and the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, today I've come to talk about that we don't need a third president in the Cameroons after President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroon. I will tell you why. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not commentators. British Cameroon National Party is a national party with people who have the same or similar ideology. We believe that the British Cameroon was a country with a political authority headed by Dr. Ndeli, a House of Chiefs, we had a parliament, we had the international boundary, and we had a population. That's the definition of a country. Today, we have been annexed by another country, La République du Cameroon, which is still a province of France. We said, no, we don't want to be under France. That is what our country, British Cameroon, stands for. And it is legal, and it is in accordance with the Constitution of La République du Cameroon, Article 65, the right of self-determination. It is our right, our constitutional right. It's not our Paul Biya right. We don't need to beg Paul Biya. The Constitution says we have a right of self-determination. People are free to say they want one and indivisible Cameroon. That's their business. That's how you do politics. That's democracy. So we have our democratic right that we want the right of self-determination, the same as Pa Muna, Pa Foncha, and other people in British Southern Cameroon. They exercise their right of self-determination and join La République du Cameroon on equal status. Unfortunately, we have been annexed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will play this voice. You should listen to this before I proceed on the party political broadcast. So, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, first.
Minister for Communication, Issa Tchiroma Bakari. Mr. Minister, good day.
My pleasure.
Now, you visiting media houses within the context of the Anglophone crisis. What is Minister for Communication, member of government? Is there an Anglophone problem today?
No. There is no Anglophone problem in this nation. Please. You have a handful of people who have decided to blackmail, to take hostage the 2 regions and consequently the 10 regions in our nation. There is no Anglophone problem as such. Each region has its own problem. There is no doubt about it. When the lawyers, the teachers, raised the problems that they were confronted with and for which solutions have not been found, They were received. They were welcomed. The head of state gave the instruction to all of those who, in one way or other, were in charge of the area to receive them, listen, focus the mind on the problem raised by them, and to find the right solution. And the problem raised by lawyers and teacher unionists, most of those problems have found solution. But we were expecting the end of the problems when the secessionists came up with their claim, their demand. They were nothing short than independence.
But maybe secessionists took the advantage that in the month of January, you, alongside other government ministers.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I am, or we are, not commentators. We are not here to talk as journalists. But however, my role as a leader of British Cameroon National Party is to scrutinize and hold the government to account and to scrutinize other political actors. So it's not a pleasure for me to sit on my platform and be talking about other political actors. But when people mislead the public, it is advisable for us to come and scrutinize them and hold them to account. That's democracy. Democracy is not only about standing for elections. You heard what Tchiroma was saying. Tchiroma considered British Cameroon as a region. These are people who want to be head of state. People who don't have a clue. It doesn't matter whether you are a minister or you're a president. Listen, Ediami, Valentine Strauser, Bokassa, all those African presidents, you look at them. Can you compare them with European leaders? The reason they look at us as backwards because in Africa, people who don't have knowledge, people who are not competent, they just want to be ministers, they want to be governors, that's our problem. It's a fact. I'm proud of Africa. But no one single African president, present or former, can be a leader in a European country. But European countries are controlling us as I speak. That's the difference. Because they have that superior knowledge. They don't put any type of person to be a leader, a minister. Before you become a minister or a leader, you have gone through a process and you understand a lot of things. Maybe if I have time, I'll put it on this party political broadcast. So Minister Tanganji is calling British Cameroon a country, that we are regions. All the other regions, they have problems. Yes, my brothers and sisters. In the United Kingdom, all the other regions, they have problems. But the region is different from a country. Scotland is a country. Scotland have got one region. Northern Ireland is a country. They have got one region. Welsh in the United Kingdom, it's a country. They have got one region. England, which has got the highest population in the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland, it's a country and I've got 9 regions. So Minister Tchiroma, somebody who doesn't understand how to govern a country, somebody who have propped up the Ahidjo regime for more than 60 years, because he said he started doing politics when he was 14 years old. So these are the people who have destroyed Cameroon. They don't understand the constitutional framework or the legal framework of the Cameroons. He said all the other regions have problems. Yes, London have problems. London is in England. Coventry, Manchester, Liverpool, they have problems. They are in England. But they have their identity. They are a country. They are a country. So La République is a country, is existing. British Cameroon, we don't have a country. They have annexed us. That's the problem. We don't care whether you have problem. You don't have the problem of having your country. You don't have the problem of having your one star. You have your one star. You have removed our own star. So that's what we are talking about. Then we can talk about the other problem later on. That's what Minister Tchiroma doesn't understand. To an extent, I blame Minister Tchiroma. To an extent, I blame these so-called trade union leaders in the Cameroon. They are so greedy and selfish. Minister Tchiroma is blaming us because lawyers, teachers who were meant to be fighting trade union problem, because a trade union problem is to fight for the interests of workers. It is not politics. It is not politics. But the problem is these trade union leaders that some of us, we fought for their release. We slept outside in a cold winter in London so that they should be released. They are so greedy that instead of them to concentrate to fight as trade union leaders for the rights of workers, they are in politics. They are mixing politics. That's why Bello Bouba is mixing politics too. They are trade union leaders. The workers' right, the teachers' right, the lawyers' right, it is their right, let them fight. I've never seen in any country on earth trade union leader, they are coming to say they want federalism. Who are you? If you want to do politics, quit trade union and become a politician. But you people mix everything. That's why Minister Tchiroma is saying secessionists, they did it with. Listen, we of British Cameroon, those of us who have been fighting for more than 35 years that we want our country back, it is constitutional. Call it secessionists, call it independentists, call it what you want. The Constitution of the Cameroon says you have a right of self-determination, to have your own political entity. Self-determination could be internal, it could be external, it depends. So when you see incompetent people like Minister Tchiroma, I met Mr. Tchiroma, he's an engaging person, he can joke with you and laugh, which is good. But when we come to talk about competence and issue, Mr. Tchiroma doesn't know how to govern a country. Most of them, where they come from, most of their people, they are like sheep. They don't reason. That's why Mr. Tchiroma can go and be giving them 1,000 francs. The reason we have British Cameroon National Party is because I've been an observer for more than 35 years in the Cameroons. I've been an activist. I've never joined a political party because I used to see political parties in the Cameroons when I was a boy. All of them, what were they? Politics of personality called Bia, John Fundi, Bello Bouba, Tchiroma, Lawan Bako, all of them. You don't hear, they don't talk about what do they stand for. British Cameroon National Party is the only party that stands for something. We believe in equal stages. We have economic policy. We have educational policy. We know what we want for justice system, policing, taxation, monetary policy, interest rate, fishery, forestry, and all whatnot. We are a complete political party that we are ready to govern. Another thing that surprised me is that some people are saying, oh, we Anglophones, everybody is standing, everybody is shifting because the Tchiroma and Bello Bouba are talking. My brothers and sisters, we of British Cameroon National Party, we have been ready for more than 35 years. Who are the people who started protesting? It's us. When I'm not talking recently. When René Zengele wanted to assimilate our English educational system, there was one party system. We walked from CPC, but it came to Bamenda and stopped the school. So we were ready long ago, Anglophones. When they annexed us, we have been fighting. When the first time I went to Bamenda, we climbed on top of the station, went to the governor's office. I was a boy. There was one party system. We were already opposition when there was one party system. So when people say the Northerners are coming together, the West are coming together, the South are coming together, my brothers and sisters, tell them they are late. We, political actors and activists in the Cameroons, we were ready more than 35 years ago. We were ready before the introduction of multipartism. We were ready in the 1990s, early 1990s. Fongoditika was ready in 1984. We were ready in early 1990s when we had all Anglophone movement, when we had AAC1, AAC2. We were ready when we have SCNC. We were ready when we have Southern Cameroon Youth League. And now we are ready when we have a political party, British Cameroon National Party. So some of those people who think, or I don't know whether they are dreaming, we are ready, political actors of British Cameroon. We are all ready. We don't need to be under one umbrella, but we are ready to debate and talk. This is very important, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people, they come. I'll give you, who started protests in London? Was it La République Francophone? Was it Basque or was it Anglophones? It was Anglophone under my leadership and other few people in London. We started our protest. We are ready. We have been ready to debate with La République du Cameroun for more than 35 years. Even before I was born, there were people who were talking. So for some people to come and say, the Tchiromas are coming together, the Kamtos are coming together. Ladies and gentlemen, Tchiroma, Kamto, Bello, Bouba, they are following what we did. When we used to gather, protest, in connection to the Anglophone problem, there was no bus. There was no bus. When I used to sing in London, hey, dogo kill we tire. Oh, dogo kill we tire. How many people Pobia go kill? There was no bus. When bus was created, bus started singing, hey, dogo kill we tire. So they are following our footsteps. When I heard SDF, they were singing in La République National Assembly. They were saying, oh, dogo kiwi tire. They were singing what Maître Mola Alexandre Singer was singing in London. So we are ready. We are ready. The problem in the Cameroons is that the government always want to be opposition. When I mean people who are in the government, CNU rebranded CPDM. Whenever I said I was opposition when there was one party system, I was opposition. When we fought for multi-party politics, what happened? We fought for multi-party politics. People like Frundi, late John Frundi, may his soul rest in perfect peace. They used to be CPDM militant. They left CPDM, they came and become opposition like us. When the Abemukon were created party, Frundi happened to be the chairman. So it is government people were in the ruling party, CPDM, they became opposition. Now again, we have been fighting for change. We have made it clear long ago that Mr. Bia is incapacitated. We made it clear. What happened? Now, government members, people who are ruling the country, governing the country for more than 20 years, like Bello, Bouba, and Mr. Tchiroma, they are coming. Oh, we are opposition. So government are becoming opposition. Now, we are the opposition. Stay in your government or go on retirement. We are tired of these things that whenever the ship is sinking, these CPTM people, listen, they leave the government, then they call themselves opposition. They always change position. They are not opposition. They are breakaway CNU, CPDM. Ladies and gentlemen, read their history. Tchiroma was working under Ahidjo regime. Bello Bouba under Ahidjo regime. Paul Biya under Ahidjo regime. John Frundi under Ahidjo regime. Kamto under Ahidjo regime. Prime Minister Diongute under Ahidjo regime. Ahidjo regime, CNU, changed their name to what? CPDM. They are the same people. It is time now that we have to tell these people that we, the real opposition, we are the opposition. They can come and join us, but they should go behind the queue. We are not kids. We have modern experience in politics. Mr. Tchiroma is saying that what? We should have one candidate opposition. No, we don't want one candidate opposition. We don't want it. We don't want the third president of the Cameroons. We don't want it. What we want, we should sit and recognize the fact that two countries came together. What we need is a sovereign national conference. What we need is an elected constituent assembly that is going to draft a new constitution to make the rule of the game. What we need is a parliamentary form of democracy where never again people will not hide like Mr. Biya, because in a parliamentary form of democracy, people have to come and sit. You have to ask them questions. In a parliamentary democracy, Biya cannot hide like that. You have to be there. If you are not there, you have to resign immediately. In a parliamentary democracy, one man cannot appoint the whole country. They have to elect you as a member of parliament in a constituency for you to go to parliament. That's what we need. So that we'll be debating, nobody will be able to hide. So we cannot have this type of incompetent members of parliament who cannot answer questions, who cannot talk. Because in a parliamentary system, you must talk. If you don't know how to talk or advocate on behalf of your people, like the problem we're having in British Cameroon, the deaths in our street, bad hospital, they will ask you questions and you have to talk. They will be challenging you every day. So all these people who cannot write their names, who are illiterate in parliament, they will not be able to be parliamentarian because they will not be able to advocate for the people. That's why we want a parliamentary system. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say we don't need a third president, it is simple. We need a sovereign national conference. And we need a priest, an archbishop, an evangelist to sit there as chair of the sovereign national conference. That's what we need. We need to change the dynamics of the country. We don't need the third president. We don't need somebody like Ahidjo or Biya or whoever to sit and start telling us what to do. We have to sit as a country. The people of France, they sat as a country. They took the Lontenist court oath. They decided on how the constitution is going to be. Everybody before they called for an election. We are not going to put the cart before the horse. No precedent. We don't want it. We want to debate. And the first thing in that sovereign national conference, we have to identify and debate that two countries came together. That's the topic. It's not about region. Region will come after. Boya can have 50 regions if the one is Boya. Fako can have 1 million regions if the one is Fako. British Southern Cameroon can have billions of regions if the one is British Cameroon. Same with La République. We should stop mistaking a country with a region. We should stop that. So when you have these people, some people come, oh, because Bello Bouba is talking, because Muna is talking, because is it Tchiroma? We should just follow them blind. I don't follow those type of people. I look at your life. What have you been doing? When they banned all the political parties, what were they doing? Did they not see it? Did they not see it? In 1966, they banned all the political parties. If I was born, if I was alive then, I would have opposed it. In 1972, what did they do? When they changed the federal constitution, the law says don't change Article 47 of the constitution. What did they do? All these so-called presidential candidates, they were quiet. I was not born yet. What did they do? Nothing. So I cannot vote for those type of people. They should go on a retirement. I can seek for advice if I want, but those type of people cannot lead me. They can't. When Mr. Biya changed the name from United Republic of Cameroon, remove one star, what did they do? All these people, Tchiroma, Bello, Bouba, Muna, what did they do? Kamto? Nothing. The country was destroyed because they were supporting what the Ahidjo Biya regime was doing. That's why we're suffering. These people were so greedy that they have no time to scrutinize and hold the government to account. That's why we are paying the price. Remove 43 years from my age. I was nobody, a boy. I just left primary school. That's when Biya came to power. Then today, the same people who have helped to destroy the country, they are talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I've looked to the qualities of being a leader. None of them, they don't have it. None of them, they don't have the qualities. There's a standard in Western democracy, which I expect we should copy from the best of the best. You have to understand the legal framework of a country. How many of them don't understand the legal framework? Look at those people. You have to understand the constitutional framework, legal framework, all those things. The constitution says don't torture people. They torture people in the Cameroons. They kill Martinez Zogo, torture other people. Have you ever heard Bello, Bouba, Tchiroma, and the rest? Have you ever heard them come and say, oh, this is unconstitutional? The people of British Southern Cameroon, Article 65 said they have the right of self-determination. Tchiroma is calling them that secession is here. They want independent. But the Constitution says that Article 65, the Charter of the UN is part and parcel of the Constitution. And it is clear there that the right of self-determination is recognized. But Tchiroma wants to be president. He doesn't know Article 65 says we have a right of self-determination. So I said they are not fit to run a country. In order to run a country, you have to understand the constitutional framework. You have to understand the legal system. How many of them have come and say, oh, we don't have separation of power, checks and balances, fought for those things? They don't understand the legal framework. You have to understand too the economic management or system of the country. The fiscal policy, inflation, interest rate, monetary policy. How many of them, they have been in power since Ahidjo's regime? How many of them, they know that we don't have a central bank? France is the one making our monetary policy. France is the one determining our interest rate. What do they know about inflation? France decide whether to devalue our money or not. They have been there. They don't even know that we are not a sovereign country because Biya is not there. They want to come and stand as president. People who don't know the common basic things, how to govern a country. You have to understand the social structure, the aging population, inequality, poverty, all those things you need to know. They don't know. I'm talking, they have been in government. There's abject poverty, insecurity in our country. Have you ever seen them talk about it? No. And Bello, Bouba, and Tchiroma, they made it clear that the reason they want to stand as presidential candidate is not because they are against the destructive policies of President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroun. They made it clear that the reason they want to be candidate of an election in La République du Cameroun is simple. It's because they promised Mr. Biya that insofar as Mr. Biya is candidate, they will never stand against him. Now there's a discussion in the CNU rebranded CPDM chop people their money. There are discussion there to replace Mr. Biya now. So Bello Bouba said, what? Our promise, our agreement was about to support Mr. Biya and be eating and be minister forever till thy kingdom come. So if Mr. Biya is not standing, you have breached our coalition agreement. These are people who don't care about the country. When David Cameron, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, was Prime Minister, he went with the Liberal Democrat. They have a coalition agreement. It's a big, big work on economic, on taxation, on social welfare, on policing, on other economic development, on equal opportunity, on consumer advocacy, on environment, on student loan fee. They made a coalition agreement. But the coalition agreement that Tchiroma and Bello Bouba had was what? Mr. Biya, insofar as you stand as president, make us minister, we'll remain there. You can do anything. You can destroy the Cameroon. You can You can take all of our natural resources and give it for free. Insofar as we are minister, we don't care. Tchiroma is 75 years old. Bello Bouba is 78 years old. These are the people who want to be my president. I'm watching. I'm not interested in being president. I am interested for the people of the Cameroons, the people of La République du Cameroun, British Cameroon. We should sit all the ethnicity. We talk about equal status first. Not independent, equal status, because everything is step by step. When we must have agreed that we came together as two countries, whether they want to put the two-star back or fine. The next thing now is to draft a constitution in a constituent assembly, not to give one man, Joseph Owona, to draft a constitution that will support all. The president of the republic is the head of football. The president of the republic is head of armed force. The president of the republic is head of all family in the house. The president of the republic will marry all the women in Cameroon. The president of, that's what the constitution is all about, one person. That is why Article 65 is important. Article 65 is not in the constitution. You have to go and read it externally. And since most people are lazy to read, they don't go and read Article 65. When they say the preamble is part and parcel of the Constitution, it means the United Nations Charter, Declaration, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, African peoples, blah, 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 all those things, you have to go and read it, then you see your right. So they make sure it's not inside there. Only people who are inquisitive, who want to read, they will go and find out their rights. So you see, that's what they did. But they are still your right, even if they are not inside the Constitution, because Article 65 makes it clear. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do politics. Unfortunately, in the Cameroons, people think politics is a game. It is not a game. Politics is to better the life of our people, to make sure they have good hospital, to make sure we create jobs, to make sure there are good roads, to make sure that they are secure, to maintain law and order. That's politics. Those who say it's a game, it's not a game. It's not a game. And for those of you who follow the wind, who have been sleeping, then you come and say, oh, the Northerners are doing this. The Western people are doing this. The South are doing this. Listen, you are the ones, those Anglophones, you are the ones making us second-class citizens. When Maitre Mola Alex de Velisiga and others, we started fighting for national conference. Why is it that the Francophones, they did not follow us? We started fighting, protesting in London. We want our country back because we have been annexed. Why did you not say that we have been fighting? We fought hard until they gave major national dialogue, which was a whitewash. We know it was always going to be whitewash. We started fighting. So don't ask us to follow blind pilots. Blind pilots like Tchiroma. Blind pilot like Bello Bouba. And most of you say Grand North. You don't even know the Cameroons. Do you think people in Marwa, they are the same like the people in Garwa? Do you think that? You people just say, how many of you have traveled or know about? There's nothing like Grand North. Grand North. The people in Marwa, about 1.something million, they registered the other time. 60% voted for chop people their money. I don't know whether they rigged it. They vote. So Marwa, the amount of people who even registered to vote, they are higher than even Garwa. Garwa, you have a lot of them. Tchiroma, Bello, Bouba. People, politicians in Marwa are different from politicians in Garwa. So there's nothing like Grand North. There's nothing like Grand North. People in Marwa, they are Christians. People in Garwa, they are mostly Muslims. So you people don't know those things. You just say Grand North. Do you think all of them, they agree? No, they don't. So ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear that Mr. Bello Bouba said the Central Committee asked him to stand or to become a presidential candidate. When was that? When did they tell Minister Bello Bouba? Did the Central Committee ask Minister Bello Bouba to be minister? No. So sometimes take these things that they come and say with a pinch of salt. No central committee asked Mr. Bello Bouba to be a presidential candidate. It's not true. If there was supposed to be any central committee, there would have been contest. Other people would have stood against Bello Bouba in UNDP. That is why Tchiroma left Mr. Bello Bouba's party before. So what Mr. Bello Bouba is saying is not true. Another point is that, why is it that all the people, when you are in government, you're a minister, you're part of the government. Why is it that most people who are in government, when things are changing, they want to come out and be opposition? We are opposition. The most credible opposition in the Cameroon is British Cameroon National Party. So if you have realized that Mr. Bia is incapacitated, Minister Tchiroma, Minister Bello Bouba, come and queue behind me. Let's bring change. I'm old enough to lead for you to follow me. You people are my father. I cannot be at this age, and my father, they want to still be my president. Allow your son to lead. Once you people were there, Tchiroma, at the age of 25, you were director. Ahidjo put you there. Age of 25, you were director. Today, we are going to go on retirement. We are not even directors. That's not even what I want. I want competent people to run a country. We don't need opposition. I mean, government official to come and be the opposition. You people are government. You have been in government since in Ahidjo under Mr. Bia. You're government. You were CNU militants, CPDM militants. You just created a party and joined Mr. Bia again. The same people. You just changed names, Peter, Paul, and what? But you are the same people. You're the same CNU, all of you. Nothing has changed. So, my point is, we are the opposition. Because you have left Mr. Bia doesn't mean you become opposition and say people should come together. Mr. Tchiroma, that is very, very important. It is clear that all of you, you know what we have been talking. Last week, or not last week, was it last year? I made it clear that Mr. Bia is incapacitated. Okay. Mr. Tchiroma, I saw a video, you said Mr. Bia is invisible, he cannot perform his function. But the constitution is there, Mr. Tchiroma. Why are you declaring yourself a presidential candidate? Use the constitution, go to the constitutional court, and say the president is incapacitated. If you care about the people of the Cameroons, you should not be waiting for election how long. It's just like you realize that the pilot is blind. Because the pilot is blind, instead of you to change the pilot immediately, you say you wait until the plane crash, then we'll have presidential election. This is why I say these people, they don't know how to govern. You don't need to wait for election. Mr. Tchiroma, from your video, you made it clear that Mr. Bia is incapacitated. He's invisible. He cannot perform his message. That's being incapacitated. The constitution says when you are incapacitated, they should remove you from office. There is a procedure. I expect you, Mr. Bello Bouba, Mr. Tchiroma, to make sure that you follow that procedure and remove Mr. Bia. Don't wait for election. Why do you want the plane to crash? There's no president at the moment. You've made it clear that people like Ngongo and Chantal Bia ruling the country is illegal, it's unconstitutional, it is a treasonable offense. You people left Mr. Bia not because of the bad policies, selling our countries to France, French cooperation agreement, destroying our hospital. Cameroon is a fiasco. You said you left because Mr. Bia is not, you people think that he's not going to be a presidential candidate. You people are not saying it's because of the bad economic policy, bad hospital, bad road, corruption, embezzlement. But you people are saying, okay, if Mr. Bia says tomorrow, I'm standing, you will support him. So you people are supporting all these policies that have destroyed the lives of family, that have made our children to become prostitutes, that our women are attacked every day in the streets of the Cameroon. You people are supporting all these policies. You're supporting the policies that people are exercising, the Article 6 right, the right of self-determination. You're supporting this military to kill them. You call them secessionists. You call them separatists. They are separatists in the United Kingdom, Scottish National Party. Nobody is killing them. It is their right to have a party to ask for independence. The Escape Party under Article 235 at South African Constitution. They have created a political party. They want independence from South Africa. Nobody is killing them. In Catalonia, in Quebec, Flemish in Belgium. So why is it that it's only in the Cameroon you're stopping people from exercising their democratic right? Mr. Issa Tchiroma, Bello, Bouba. Why? You people are looking after, you want to change personality. One candidate. Let's change Mr. Bia. We of British Cameroon National Party want to change institution, not personality. We want to make sure that they recognize our international boundaries in British Cameroon. We want to make sure that La République recognizes as another country. And if we like, it's up to the people, not me, Maître Mola, Alex Divelisinghe. If the people of British Cameroon will recognize two countries came together, they want to stay with La République, they will stay together under United Republic of Cameroon, whatever you call it, but we distinguish it just as United Kingdom and Northern Ireland. 4 countries are living in the United Kingdom. No one is annexing another one. There is no one size fit all. Scotland is a country in the United Kingdom with its money, with football club, different legal system, different policing. Northern Ireland is there with different legal system, different policing, different things, but they are in the same country. There is no country that one size fits it all. Because in the Cameroons, it's very dangerous. In the Cameroons, we have different customs and tradition, different ethnicity. So what do we have in common that will go and under one president to be imposing on us? We need our own parliament. And some people will come and say, oh, I'm from Northwest region, I'm from Southwest region. English people are from Northwest, Southwest region, but they are English people. And when we talk about British Cameroon, we are not saying that Northwest will come and overshadow Southwest, or Bayangiman will come and overshadow somebody from Bafo. The point is, those of you who don't know politics, we are saying we have a similar educational system. That educational system should be in Northwest and Southwest British Cameroon. We have a different legal system. That different legal system should be in British Cameroon, Northwest and Southwest. We elect our governors. In Northwest and Southwest, we should be electing our governor. Nobody is saying that let Southwest control Northwest or Northwest control South. So those of you, those chop people money, CPDM people, you don't want to understand because you are comfortable to be second-class citizen and they should be appointing you. I don't want to be appointed. I want to stand for an election in British Cameroon and let the people vote for me. Whether it's mayor, I don't know. Whether it's senator, I don't know. Whether it's parliamentarian, I don't know. Whether it's councillor, I don't know. I want the people to vote me. I don't want to be appointed by a president of La République du Cameroun. I want my mandate from the people. So if I don't do what the people ask me to do, the people have a right to dismiss me. That's what we are fighting for. We have different inherited institutions. We have no power to tell La République not to be a region in France. But we don't want to be part of that region. They don't have an independent economy. They don't have political sovereignty. They say they are an independent country. So you cannot force us to be under France. We are not forcing La République du Cameroun to be under Britain. We want to be independent. We want our country back. We want to take control. The laws in the Cameroons, the constitution is clear. So nobody should come and stand and tell us rubbish that you're a secessionist, you're independent. Fine. If people go around killing people, if people go around attacking civilians, those are criminals. I want my identity. Anybody can pretend that, oh, we were one and indivisible. We're never one and indivisible. Never. Never ever. A Portuguese sugar plantation was never a country. We became a country only when Dr. Endeli became prime minister in British Cameroon. That was a country. And Ahidjo became prime minister in La République du Cameroun. A country doesn't need to be independent. We have 4 countries in the United Kingdom. None of them, they are not independent. They are under United Kingdom and Northern Ireland. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get this clear. All this wind that is blowing, they are joining the bandwagon. Minister Bello Bouba, join the queue behind me. Issa Tchiroma, join the queue behind me. Kamto, join the queue behind me. We are the real opposition, and we are ready to take back control and have a constituent assembly, a sovereign national conference, and whatever happens in the future, we'll discuss. The list is not exhaustive. All the ethnicities in the Cameroon, they must be present and they must speak. And we hope that the person who is going to conduct the sovereign national conference before any presidential election should be either an archbishop, an evangelist, a priest, or whatsoever. That's what we want. We are not interested in any election. We should sit together, change the rule of the game, and when the rule of the game are clear, we can sit together, all of us, in one place. Then we can have an election and have presidential candidate. We are not putting the cart before the horse. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, you visiting media houses within the context of the Anglophone crisis. What is Minister for Communication, member of government? Is there an Anglophone problem today?
No. There is no Anglophone problem in this nation. Please, you have a handful of people.
There is no Anglophone problem. That's what Minister Tchiroma is telling you, that there is no Anglophone problem. Me too, I have my own problem in my own region. We of British Cameroon National Party, we are making it clear we are a country. Yes, there are regions, 2 regions in British Cameroon. The same as in Scotland is 1 region. And in England, you have 9 regions. So region, we are not talking about region. We'll talk about region after we must have had equal status. We don't need special status. They can take their special status and give it to La République du Cameroun. We want equal status. So, ladies and gentlemen, once more, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a wonderful day, the people.
Elle prend la route de l'aventure. Amen sur le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Amen sur le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer à